All right, welcome everybody to the closing ceremony of the Southern Africa Netherlands Cybersecurity School 2025. We still have some people trickling in. I see we're at about 160 people. We expect many more to come in still. We're only a few minutes over time, but in the interest of time, we're going to start anyway. And we have Lisa Goto from the Dutch Ministry of Foreign Affairs as our moderator for this closing ceremony. She will also do the opening word. So I would say without further ado, Lisa, please take the digital floor.
Thank you, Berend, and thank you, everyone. I'm really excited to be here. So my name is Lisa Gotto, and I work at the Digital and Hybrid Threats Department of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Kingdom of the Netherlands. And I'd like to give you a special welcome to this closing ceremony. A special thanks to the Hague Center for Strategic Studies, Stellenbosch University, and the Cybersecurity Institute for, of course, carefully crafting this program, as well as a special thanks to the challenge partners, DataGrade, Deloitte, Microsoft, and Hunt and Hackett for contributing to this program this year. I'm honored to be your moderator today. So let's dive into today's program. As Berend mentioned, I will briefly kick off with some opening remarks about why the Netherlands has been supporting this program. Then I'll hand it over to one of the co-founders of this program from the Stellenbosch University, Ms. Noelle de Waag-Kouwling. And then I'll hand it over to Deputy Director of the Hague Center for Strategic Studies and initiator of the program, Mr. Michel Rademaker. Then the moment you have all been waiting for, Berend will announce the winning teams of the challenge and show the digital wheel of fortune. And then we will really come to an end of this program. So first, I will start with some remarks about why the government of the Netherlands is supporting this program. So over the past weeks, you've taken on complex challenges. You've explored emerging technologies, you've engaged with experts from both sides of the world, from Southern Africa to the Netherlands. And not only did you have learning opportunities with the variety of lectures that were offered in the school, you also had the opportunity to contribute to a dynamic exchange of ideas and laid the groundwork for future collaboration in one of the most critical fields of our time. As we bring a close to this school, I'd like to take a moment to thank each of you for your commitment, energy, and engagement in this program. This program started with 3,000 applicants from 81 countries, with the majority of participants coming from countries in Southern Africa, including over 1,200 participants from South Africa. The knowledge shared and challenges tackled together have made this a truly meaningful addition of the school. From AI and digital forensics to quantum cryptography, it's even hard to pronounce, and privacy law, the scope of this year's program reflected the pace and complexity of cybersecurity today. The National Cyber Resilience Game and Challenge tracks added another layer where theory met practice and you were tested in teams not only on your technical knowledge, but also your creativity, adaptability, and teamwork. Many of you, moreover, juggled this program alongside work and study, and that effort has not gone unnoticed. So why does the Netherlands support then this program, you may wonder? First of all, the Netherlands shares a strategic partnership with the Southern Africa region around development, trade, human rights, and democracy. Cybersecurity is a topic that affects all these areas as the world continues to move its products and services to the digital domain. By supporting programs like this, the Netherlands supports building a stronger partnership with Southern Africa and a stronger digital security across borders by investing in talent and the future of the digital economy. Second, we believe that education is the key to achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. Many of the innovative digital solutions that are currently being developed brings about new security challenges in cyberspace. And this program offers an opportunity to jointly strengthen the knowledge and skills in cybersecurity that are necessary. Third, young persons and professionals play an important role in supporting an open, free, and secure cyberspace. This program aims to support this target group with skills that are necessary for the job market of tomorrow. Finally, cyberspace, of course, has no borders. So if we want to enjoy a free, open, secure, and trusted cyberspace in the Netherlands, we have to work together with our partners in other countries to achieve this. A recent decision by the United States to impose tariffs on the world economy demonstrates how interlinked we are and how interdependent we are on each other for our common prosperity. Now, what is next? I am proud that this initiative has successfully concluded its second edition and continues to serve as a platform for cross-regional learning and cooperation. The bond between Southern Africa and the Netherlands has grown stronger through this program. And it's inspiring to see how students and professionals from different countries, different backgrounds, and different sectors all came together around this shared purpose to work and maintain on a free, open, secure digital future for all. I hope that what you have learned will support you in your development and career, but it does not have to end here for everyone. I'm happy to give now the floor to Ms. Noelle van der Waag-Kouweling from Stellenbosch University, who has been a key partner in making this program happen. She will share with you what exciting opportunities there are next, like the Cyber Talent Accelerator track and a career day that we have planned for you. Noelle, go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you, Lisa. So good afternoon to all our SANCS members who've joined us this afternoon, and congratulations on reaching this point. I'm sure many of you will successfully be graduates of this program, and that makes us extremely happy. Why does Stellenbosch University embark on this exercise? The first and important part is in support of the South African government and its initiative in tandem with the Netherlands, the bilateral cooperation between the Netherlands and South Africa to strengthen stability and collaborate in cyberspace. And we do that under the same umbrella. But there's a far more personal, individual type of focus here as well. We believe that digital and technology skills are the gateway for Africa's youth. We believe in Africa's demographic dividend, our wonderful young population. And what is our way forward in terms of our young population? Well, younger people are very technologically savvy. They show great promise. And we believe that Africa has the skills the rest of the world will be lacking in the future, the skills in the youth. And our dream is of a strong region in SADC where we leverage digital services with our young upcoming population to the rest of the world and provide great jobs, stable jobs, and grow our economies. So for us at Stellenbosch University, this is a social impact initiative, and we really hope that you have enjoyed this, that you've learned something, and indeed you have something really important to add to your curriculum vitae. Having said that, there's more, and as Lisa alluded to, we now are going to move on to the second part of SANCS for this year, which is the SANCS Cyber Talent Accelerator. And this will be again sponsored by the Kingdom of the Netherlands Embassy in South Africa, and it will be run through the Cybersecurity Institute. 20 people will be on this program. It's going to be a 6-month program. And here you will receive at the end of the 6 months, the 20 candidates, a certificate in cybersecurity from the Cape Peninsula University of Technology. But above all, you'll take part in a work readiness program, something to prepare professionally for the careers that you're looking to embark on. And in this, we bring in a mixture of industry experts, a lot of additional highlights like using AI, learning to code in Python. It's an all-round professional development program. And last year's, we have ambassadors currently sitting here who were graduates of the SANCS Cyber Talent Accelerator program. And this is to prepare you for employment in the cybersecurity sector. So we're very proud to announce that. I'd like to acknowledge our ambassadors, in fact, for this year, if I can mention them in person. Rafilwe Mantu, Katlego Chekle, Katlego Malloy, Ashley Mhlanga, Liza Rokotso, and Pabalo Zulu, who've all done much to promote this year's SANCS. And I think, and here they are, wonderful. Thank you for that, our ambassadors. They've worked hard behind the scenes. They've worked hard to support this program and market it. And we're very proud of them. And we're proud that they're part of our SANCS team and our SANCS family. So shout out to you, ambassadors. Thank you for all your hard work. I'd also like to acknowledge two of my colleagues, Professor Brett van Niekerk and Dr. Trishana Ramlakan, both based in Durban, who have done much behind the scenes to work with us to also make this possible. Thank you, and thank you for your support. Lastly, I'd just like to say something more about SANCS, about the cybersecurity school. I feel that it has provided a good broad base from which to enter cybersecurity. Sorry, may I ask you to mute your microphones if they're not muted? It's provided you with a good broad base. I want you to go away and think about what you learned and what part of cybersecurity you were really interested in. We had fantastic speakers for the entire program, over 20 people experts who gave up their time and came to speak. Everybody in SANCS is a volunteer. And I have to say, I thought it was a great program this year. I really enjoyed it. I would like to thank all my South African colleagues who I reached out to in the industry, who came and gave wonderful lectures, and also our colleagues in the Netherlands who did the same. But the real heroes of the day here are you, the students. And I'd like to say to all of you, well done. It takes a lot to give up time to work at night time, sit there, do all the lectures, and then of course take part in the challenges. So you are the heroes. Thank you for signing up for SANCS and for being with us. Thank you.
Thank you for those heartwarming words. And indeed, it is the students who have put the most time and effort in this program in the past months. So next, I'll hand it over to Michel Rademaker. He's the co-founder and deputy director of the Hague Center for Strategic Studies and the initiator of this program. Go ahead.
Thank you, Lisa, and welcome all to this closing ceremonies. A lot of being said already with regard to the success, etc. So I can only subscribe to that and maybe put some extra numbers to it. Besides the 3,000 participants from 81 countries, we also had 22 lectures from people from all over the world. We had in total 24 sessions. We had 55 challenge teams, of which 46 reached the level of a certificate. And I think especially worth to mention is that we have quite some ladies join this course. So we had more than 11,050. So 42% plus were ladies joining, which is excellent, I think. Online presence may be also interesting to name. So we have 1,732 LinkedIn followers. I definitely would like to encourage more of you all that did not so far try to follow this. Why is that? Because hopefully also next year we will be enabled to organize this school again, and then you would be helping out on promoting the school, or maybe even subscribe again yourself, but especially also hoping that others besides you joining already will subscribe to it. So far we also have 270 alumni at LinkedIn, and that's especially for those that follow the course this year. Please sign up. for the same reason. We have a little bit less, but more than 100 Twitter followers, or X, I should say, 50 Instagram, but 1,620 YouTube subscribers. And that's also interesting because we publish all the lectures on YouTube as well. In general, we had 14,000 visits on SANC's website and 2,800 on the SANC's Challenge website. So that's just name dropping, or is a number dropping a bit, but it gives you a bit of an idea and spread of what happens behind the scenes and what it all means actually. I again want to to thank the Netherlands Ministry of Foreign Affairs for making this school possible, and of course we should discuss it for next year because that's not so far decided upon. We would love to, of course, extend this school for next year as well. Talking about a strategic partnership that was already mentioned by you, Lisa. I think we, the Hague Center for Study Studies, has that same position with University of Stellenbosch. Really appreciate working together in such a smooth way, and also I hope to have that being extended for next years to come. And then maybe two other things still. So I'd like to thank all the challenge partners that you already did, Lisa, at the beginning. But I'd like to reiterate that Microsoft on with a challenge on the impact of artificial intelligence in the cybersecurity industry. Africa Talent by Deloitte on cyber controls. Hunt and Hackett on digital threat landscape for the NATO summit taking place in June this year in The Hague in the Netherlands. And Datagrade on securing the supply chain, protecting business from cyber attacks. Thank you so much for all the efforts that you all put into these challenges. And last but not least, I would suggest that that I will reach out for that, of course, later, not today, but later, that we might look for new ambassadors for next school, like we had this year, because you contributed very much to the success, and we might even use even more ambassadors than we already have. So if you feel that you're fit for that job, then let us know. So without further ado, I think it was a success, and hopefully next year again. And this year we had 3,000, so maybe let's aim for 5,000 next year. Why not? Thank you all, and handing over back to Lisa, please.
Thank you, Michel. And indeed, it's always good to set the bar high in terms of ambition. But we have also been very impressed by the large amount of applicants this year. I'm just checking if my connection is okay, because I noticed that the screen froze. Okay, good. You can still hear me. So next, I'll hand it over to Berend to showcase the winning teams of the challenge and the digital wheel of fortune.
Yes, thank you so much, Lisa. We can hear you fine, by the way. I'm happy to see that we also have a lot more people in the call already than we started off with. So that went well. Thanks, everyone, for your super kind words. It spurs again the level of enthusiasm that I think we've all been working on this project with. It's just great to see the kind of ecosystem that we've been building here as the SANCs, I would say. I mean, we're only 2 years in, and already we can put up these kind of numbers, Michel. That is just great. And indeed, thanking all the partners, all the institutions, and all the people behind that working together with us on this program. But as Noel rightfully said, the main asset that we have in the SANCs is, of course, you guys, the students. Because if you guys wouldn't be here, we would just be talking to each other and not much would have happened. And what you guys have done is great. We have had a couple of weeks of lectures where you were delving into all kinds of cybersecurity, right? We went from penetration testing to OT security to artificial intelligence, name it, and even maritime cybersecurity, aviation cybersecurity. It was all covered. And then you went on with 2 weeks of challenges in which you were able to apply all this knowledge that you've learned. Well, I think actually quite challenging projects. They're called challenges, but they were seriously, yeah, they took some effort, and that was noticed. So as we also shared with you guys via email, there was obviously a top 3 of videos. But we first would like to thank everyone for their major efforts put into these challenges. It didn't go unnoticed. The challenge partners have seen these videos. We've watched them all. And it's just great to see how well everyone has been able to work on this in different ways. So not a single video was the same, which surprised us, I think. It's just awesome to see the creativity that you guys are able to put into these kind of projects. So that is a big plus every year. But sure, there was a top 3, and out of the top 3, there have been winners. And the winners obviously also deserve a special moment of attention. So we are gonna do that right here, where we have quite some time to show their videos. So this will be 4 videos, 1 winning team per challenge. And if we are so lucky to have some of the team members with us here online, we would like to also give them the floor and share a bit on how they went about this, what their process was, their thinking behind it, etc. So if you are here and you see your video pop up, I will also obviously announce which teams we're talking about. Raise your digital hand, as we've done before in the lectures, and we will give you the floor after it for a minute or 2 to talk about how it went. But first, I'm gonna share my screen to show you the video that has won the first challenge. That is group 1A. And please let me know, guys, if this is actually working. It's always a bit of a hassle. But here we go. You should be able to see my screen right now. And this is group 1A. Perfect. Okay, here we go.
Welcome to our special segment on cybersecurity. As we approach the 2025 NATO Summit, cyber threats remain a top concern. Past summits have shown the growing threat of cyber attacks. Joining us to discuss these threats is cybersecurity expert, Dr. Jane Baker. Dr. Baker, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
We've seen cyber attacks on NATO during past summits, from disinformation to network breaches. How have these threats evolved? And what makes the 2025 summit a target?
The threats have evolved significantly. In previous years, we've seen increasingly sophisticated tactics, such as fake websites spreading misinformation and malware compromising sensitive data. They no longer just disrupt communication, but also threaten the alliance's integrity. What makes the 2025 summit especially vulnerable is the complexity of cyber threats. Malicious actors are not only targeting NATO's infrastructure, but also digital systems of local authorities, member states, and private organizations involved in the summit.
That's certainly concerning. What steps are being taken to counter these threats ahead of the summit?
NATO is taking a more resilience-based, preemptive approach. Rather than simply reacting to incidents, it focuses on identifying vulnerabilities before they can be exploited. One major step is the zero trust security model. No user, device, or system is automatically trusted, even inside the network. Vetting significantly reduces the risk of an attack, especially from compromised devices.
The zero trust approach seems like a solid move. What other measures are in place to ensure the summit's cybersecurity?
NATO has improved its intelligence sharing, working with governments, private partners, and international allies to detect threats in real time. It has also created specialized cyber units to neutralize attacks before they cause harm. These use AI tools to detect suspicious activity faster. Furthermore, NATO is running cybersecurity drills and promoting stronger encryption standards. There's a strong general emphasis on awareness and training across all stakeholders.
It sounds like NATO is reinforcing its cyber defenses. But cybersecurity is always evolving. What more is needed?
Continued investment in cyber research and adaptive tools is essential. As cyber threats evolve, so must the tools used to combat them. NATO, also non-NATO, must also engage diplomatically to push for global cyber norms, which ensures there are consequences for crossing those lines. Agility and cooperation are key as the landscape shifts.
Thank you, Dr. Baker, for your insights. As the 2025 summit approaches, cybersecurity remains a top priority. We'll continue to follow this developing story.
Dit is hoe AI deze... Great. Sorry for the little commercial after it. That's just YouTube. We can't really help it, I think. Yeah, this was a great video. First of all, this was seriously a challenge, I think. I mean, we know who provided this challenge. They were very eager to see all of your good work. But in terms of content, this was actually something to think about, right? I think that we can all agree that all the teams handled this very well. It's obviously a bit sensitive, but it's also very interesting. It's very timely, very practical. And I think this is one of the strong points of the program that we've been able to set up this year. Well, we're not only talking theory, we're talking very, very practical, right? At a serious level of security, of risk management. Super interesting to see. And if I recall correctly, what the challenge providers especially liked about this video is that it was a nice format. It was really well worked out. It almost looks as if you guys are doing this more often. And well, if the video ends on this note, you're actually curious to see what the next video item will be about, right? So it was very well worked out, nice structure, and creatively done. Now my question obviously is, do we have anyone of Team 1A in the call with us? And I think so. Saskia, if I'm correct, you're part of the team.
I've unmuted your mic for you, Saskia.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you so much, first of all, to the organizing team and the party institution for the opportunity to even think about such an important issue, such as the digital threat landscape of the NATO summit. I think that it's a very current issue as well, especially the summer summit approaching in a few months. And I also really want to thank my teammates because we worked across continents. So most of my teammates were situated in Africa, whereas I am situated in the Netherlands. So that was already quite a big challenge, but we managed through like digital communication, through emails, but also through like Google Drive, and kind of to work and collaborate together. And we shared those meetings also to gather insights, to come from different fields with different insights and try to approach this challenge in a more comprehensive way. That's also what we wanted to have in a form. We wanted it to be fast-paced, as it is a very fast-paced video and challenge. And we wanted to gather like multiple insights that we gathered from the program. So we wanted to include AI, but we also wanted to have intel sharing and international norms included in that. And kind of also try to avoid the stickiness of the topic, especially with specific cyber issues that could be an issue, but we try to put it in a comprehensive way. And that was also our proposed solution. We wanted to have it more comprehensive and preemptive, more holistic approach where we also take local actors, institutions, infrastructures into consideration for the cybersecurity class.
Great, Saskia. Thanks so much for your very eloquent comment about this process. I mean, yeah, this is great to hear, I think, for us as well. We obviously try to make teams that are multidisciplinary, people from different backgrounds, provide you with some knowledge that you can use for these challenges, right? Also in the lectures. This was typically a challenge where I think it pretty strongly correlated or connected, obviously, to one of our lecturers. So it's very nice to hear that you were able to put all that to practice. Thanks so much, and great to see you here online also alluding to that fact. That is great. Well, next video, second challenge. Let me pop it up on the screen again. Second challenge, a totally different topic, and we will get right into that. Let me go there. Okay. There we go.
I think there's no sound.
1 second, guys. I'm hearing that there is no sound for this video. I'm so sorry. Let's try it again.
Stephanie, I see Beer is frozen. I don't know if you could perhaps roll the video.
I'm gonna give him a few seconds because
Okay.
he was not frozen for me, but if it continues to not work, then I can take over.
Both Berend and the screen is now frozen. I can see, so perhaps if you could indeed step in, Stephanie.
Yeah, sure. 1 second. Let me just get the video up and running. Okay.
I'm really excited because the first challenge video was already very impressive.
Yeah, they're all really good, and they're all pretty much publicly available on the Sanks YouTube channel. So if you guys want to watch from your peers or just watch all the ones that were submitted, I highly recommend it. Okay, I just got a message that his Teams is crashing, so I will take over, no problem. I hope mine doesn't do the same. 1 second. Let's get rid of a ad. And okay, we should be ready to go now. Can everyone see my screen in just about 2 seconds?
I'll let you know when
Seems
it's
to be
loaded.
Okay, thanks. No.
Hey
Are
everyone,
we visible?
oh okay, perfect. Thank you, Stephanie.
Yeah, Bo.
Yeah.
We're up and
Okay.
running. Yeah.
I hope
So we
the
just need
audio
to see
works
if
on
we've
my.
got sound.
Let's have a look.
I believe the audio is off.
Yes, I don't hear the audio either. And you're muted, Stephanie. Maybe that's it.
Let's try it with me not being muted. Let's see if that makes a difference. Let me know if you can hear.
Yeah, you have to click share audio. Bear's telling to share audio when you share your screen.
Okay, let me try this again. Sorry, guys, please bear with me. We want to make sure we include sound. There we go. Okay, this should work now. Thanks,
Great.
Emma.
Hey there! Today I'm diving into an exciting topic, how tech solutions can supercharge their cybersecurity using the NIST Cybersecurity Framework 2.0. Cyber threats are everywhere, but the good news is that with the right tools and strategies, we can tackle them head on. Let's jump in and see how this framework can help tech solutions level up their digital defenses. So why is NIST 2.0 such a big deal for tech solutions? Imagine it as a superhero toolkit for fighting cybervillains. It gives you the gear you need. You can manage cybersecurity risks like a pro, protect sensitive client data, and build trust with customers, and stay resilient. So when cyber incidents happen, because let's face it, they do, the business keeps running smoothly. For a mid-sized tech company juggling industries like finance, healthcare, and retail, this framework is like having a personal trainer, keeping you sharp, strong, and ready to take on any challenge. So let's take a look at what Tech Solutions is already doing well. They've got an asset inventory that lists their critical resources, basic incident response procedures, even if they're just floating around in someone's head, and regular backups of important data. This is a great start, but let's be real. It's kind of like having a gym membership, but not really going that often. We've got to make it work better for them. Now, let's suggest, don't worry, I've got some practical fixes too. First, identify. That inventory is a bit dusty, like that sweater you forgot in the back of your closet. They need a regular review process to keep it fresh and accurate. Second, protect. They're giving employees the basic training, but it's only once a year. That's like learning a new dance move and never practicing it. They need ongoing cybersecurity awareness programs and tools like multi-factor authentication to lock things down. Third, detect. Logs are being collected, but not really looked at. Think of it as having CCTV cameras, but never checking the footage. Time to bring in automated tools for real-time monitoring and maybe team up with a security operations center. Fourth, respond. Incident response procedures are undocumented. Yikes, they need a clear playbook with assigned roles. Regular drills will also help them stay sharp. Fifth, recover. Their restoration process isn't tested. That's like having spare tires but not knowing how to change them. They need to define and test recovery steps. Plus, set up a solid business continuity plan. In summary, Tech Solutions is on the right track, but needs to step it up to really keep those cyber villains at bay. Here's what's next. They need to conduct a risk assessment to pinpoint weaknesses, train employees continuously to stay ahead of evolving threats, use tools to monitor and detect issues before they escalate, and develop a clear response plan and recovery process. By doing this, Tech Solutions can transform their cybersecurity posture from good enough to unstoppable. And that's a win for their business, their clients, and their peace of mind. Thanks for tuning in. Now, let's go out there and make the digital world a safer place.
¿Quieres simplificar las finanzas de tu empresa?
All right, so we have wrapped up that video, and I think in the interest of time, we maybe should go to the next video for challenge 3 and for challenge 4. Otherwise, we don't have enough time, and if we do, we can go back to the students for comments later. So I will go to the next one, which is challenge video 3K. The winners for the group with Microsoft. One moment. I'm just going to wait for the ads to go away before I share my screen again. One moment.
Tiffany, I just wanted to let you know that we've planned like about another half hour for this session because the first part of the ceremony went a bit faster. So I'll leave it to you to decide how to organize the rest. But we do have some time.
Okay, great. Well, I'm actually just getting messages now that we showed the wrong challenge video. I think that had something to do with all the back and forth and the changing of screen. So I need to go back and, since we have the time, show the correct challenge video. I thought I had clicked to J, my apologies. but apparently I showed the wrong one. But this means we all get to watch another incredible video that had been submitted for the challenge period. And it was probably one of the top 3 as well, so that's always nice. Yeah, apologies for the delay. I was not prepared to be the one to share the screen, so bear with me, everyone. But this is why we have backup people in place.
You're doing great, Stephanie.
For this very reason. Thanks, Noel. Okay, so 2J. Apologies, guys.
Yeah.
2J is the winner.
Thank you for drawing our attention to that error. Appreciate it.
Yeah, we can't have someone else stealing the spotlight now, can we? Although it was a very good video. All right, so I'm going to go back, and since we have the time, we're going to watch the correct challenge winners for challenge 2, the Deloitte challenge. I should be able to share with sound now. 2J, I hope some of you are in the call so that you can tell us about your experience after we show the video.
Good day. Our focus is on how Tech Solutions Limited can enhance their cybersecurity using the NIST Cybersecurity Framework, version 2.0. Prepared by Group 2 Challenge 2 Cyber Controls. Members: Imensa, D. Mudede, Jen Schlabathini, K. Matsanga, K. Lekanyani, and Asamura. In today's fast-paced digital world, cybersecurity is more crucial than ever. Analyzing Tech Solutions. Cybersecurity pockets the NIST 2.0 framework, identifying strengths, weaknesses, and providing key recommendations. Tech Solutions Limited offers software development services to businesses operating in different sectors. They are facing growing cyber threats and needs to step up their game. The NIST 2.0 framework is essentially a set of guidelines to help organizations manage and reduce cybersecurity risks. How relevant NIST 2.0 is to Tech Solutions Limited. Given their diverse clientele and the sensitive data they handle, applying NIST 2.0 is absolutely essential. Also, a structured approach to cybersecurity is much needed. Tech Solutions already has some categories of the NIST framework in place. They have a preliminary risk management strategy and basic incident response procedures, also perform regular data backups and have a central repository for documenting assets. But there are gaps. Roles and responsibilities aren't clearly defined, leading to overlaps and confusion during cyber incidents. Incident response procedures are undocumented, which complicates adherence. So what should Tech Solution do? First, to clearly define and communicate roles within their cybersecurity team, to ensure everyone knows their responsibilities and can act quickly during an incident. Next, documenting their incident response procedures. This makes it easier to follow them during incidents and ensures consistency. Regular reviews and updates of these procedures are also crucial. While they offer basic annual cybersecurity awareness training, they need ongoing initiatives to keep employees informed about emerging threats. Continuous education can significantly improve their overall cybersecurity posture. Lastly, Tech Solutions Limited needs to enhance log analysis to detect adverse events or anomalies. This proactive approach can help in identifying potential threats before they become full-blown incidents. In conclusion, while Tech Solutions Limited has some preventive measures in place, there's still room for improvement. By addressing gaps in their current practices and fully implement the NIST 2.0 framework, they can significantly bolster their cybersecurity defenses, refine their processes, and stay one step ahead of cyber threats. Thank you.
The way we express ourselves is more than just...
All right, so that is the correct challenge winner for Group 2. Well done, guys, and it wouldn't have been right to not show the correct video, so very well done. It's nice how you guys covered everything. We heard from our Deloitte challenge partners that you guys did a great job, made it very prevention focused and provided recommendations and made it applicable to the company, Tech Solutions. So very well done, good job. And is there anyone from Team 2J that would like to comment on this? I see Gons, you have your hand up?
Yes, we have Gonse Labati, who I think would like to speak.
All right, I'm going to allow, oh yeah, your camera and your mic.
Can everyone hear me?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, we can.
Firstly, I'd like to thank the challenge organizers for affording us this opportunity to participate in such an insightful challenge. What we have observed as a team when working on this case study is that out of the 4 functions of the NIST cybersecurity framework, only 4 were implemented. And the governed function was completely disregarded, as there were no defined roles and responsibilities in the cybersecurity team of Tech Solutions Limited. But the key thing that we were able to identify is that the key for them to strengthen their cybersecurity is for them to enhance their prevention measures, which means to establish a structured governance framework with clear oversight, and to define and communicate cybersecurity roles and responsibilities, to implement a continuous security training program, to develop and document a formal incident response plan, and to also strengthen their detection capabilities, which is to deploy real-time threat monitoring and automated anomaly detection, to implement a security information and management system, and to conduct regular log analysis and coordination of security events. I'd also like to thank my team members for our incredible commitment and our incredible teamwork, as we would not have done this as successfully as we could if we were doing this individually. We were also able to pick each other's brains on how we could tackle the different angles that we were able to tackle this challenge. So again, thank you for their creativity, and thank you once again to the challenge creators for this wonderful opportunity.
Great. Thank you so much. That's amazing to hear all your positive feedback and words about the experience of working in a challenge and how great it went with your group. It's honestly not the easiest to work with groups that are in different regions, different schedules, and all of that. So I love the fact that this was a success for you and a great experience. Thank you so much. And I think my colleague Beer is back in the call and able to share the remaining 2 videos. So if that is the case, I will pass the digital floor back onto him. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks so much, Stephanie. And thanks so much for the team for alluding to how your process went. I think I was just in dire need of a break there. So teams helped me with that. But we're back and we're going to the next challenge video, the next winning group. That's Team 3K of the Microsoft Challenge. So again, we're gonna share the screen with sound and then go to the video. And here it is. Let's see what they came up with.
Hi, this is our video submission for the impact of artificial intelligence in the cybersecurity industry challenge given to us by Microsoft, and we are Group 3K. Now I will give you a brief overview of our team. We are Secure Corp and we consist of 6 members: Dane, Jade, Monday, Bridget, Como, and Victoria.
I'll take you through the scenario that we set up for the project. Standard Bank South Africa is committed to fortifying its cybersecurity infrastructure and staying ahead of emerging threats. Recognizing the potential of AI in cybersecurity, the bank has hired our team, Secure Corp, to develop AI-driven security solutions. Our goal is to enhance threat detection, automate response mechanisms, and ensure compliance with regulatory standards. Our solution is AI Cypher. So here's just a brief overview of what AI Cypher covers, from threat detection to fraud prevention, and it's all powered through AI. Now I'm going to take you through the benefits of AI in cybersecurity. AI can automatically analyze large amounts of data, recognize patterns, and spot unusual behavior much faster and more accurately than a human could when trained appropriately. Here's why we recommend Standard Bank to invest in AI Cypher. AI can analyze vast amounts of data in real time, detecting anomalies and potential cyber threats faster than traditional methods. Secondly, AI-powered systems can take predefined actions to mitigate threats, reducing response time and minimizing damage. And finally, AI models can detect fraudulent transactions by analyzing behavioral patterns and flagging anomalies.
I'll take you through the challenges caused by AI changing the threat landscape and how we plan to address these challenges. So for AI-powered cyber attacks, we would have adaptive AI models. For data poisoning risk, we would ensure secure training data. And for over-reliance on AI, we'd have a human plus AI hybrid defense team. And for privacy and compliance risk, we'd have strict data governance and anonymization. And for our most prominent challenge, AI-powered attacks evolving faster than the defenses, we would run continuous AI red teaming and model updates. And I would weigh the benefits and risk by checking if AI security and speed gains outweigh its complexity and vulnerabilities.
Here's how we plan to implement the solution. Phase 1 is the assessment period, where we evaluate Standard Bank's current security posture and identify any AI integration points. Phase 2 will be where we pilot the AI models. This is deployment of AI-driven threat detection in a controlled environment. Phase 3 would be the full implementation, where we scale AI security solutions across the entire organization. And finally, phase 4 would be the continuous learning, where we regularly update the AI models to adapt to new and emerging threats.
Thank you so much for watching. We enjoyed the lectures and had lots of fun playing the games.
Great. Great to see, and I think it also worked again this time, so that's just awesome. Yeah, Microsoft, they were very happy with this submission, guys. They had some very positive feedback. To be honest, they were happy with the entire top 3, and they also watched, as I said earlier, the other videos too. But yeah, there has to be decided a winner, right? So, and what they said about Team 3K is that, well, one of the things that made this solution so strong is that you guys managed to clearly separate and select certain parts of the case study, right? So certain parts of the challenge were very clearly answered. And they also said that indeed you managed to actually answer some of their questions, which can be difficult because they're not just questions. They are there because they need an answer to, right? So very well done there. And they felt like, well, the way in which you named the different segments, the AI segments, in which you proposed a practical solution. It could use a little bit more detail, but it was a very, very good start, they said. And finally, in terms of presentation, they like to see and hear that every member of the group was actually also part of making the final product. We hear all your voices. That's just also a nice personal aspect, which was very well received. I see Dane Govender, you have your hand raised. Shall I unmute you, or Noel, were you planning to do it again? I can do it. There you go.
Yeah,
it's already done.
Hi, can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
I just wanted to say thank you for all the lectures and the challenges. We really enjoyed them. And thank you to, good job to all the other people that participated in the challenge. I watched all of your videos and I did get a bit nervous, I won't lie. But yeah, I guess I'll just talk to you guys about how we actually approached this challenge. So when we received the challenge, we all had like our own ideas on how we wanted to do it. So what we actually decided to do was, okay, everyone go off, write up your scenario and how the questions relate to the scenario, and then we'll meet again and pick the best one. But what we realized when we met again was that, okay, there's actually a lot of good material here. So what we actually decided to do was take all of our scenarios and combine them into one. And that's how we ended up with our final solution. And what I really like about our final solution is that we actually gave our AI model a name. We called it AI Cypher, just like how Microsoft has Copilot and OpenAI has ChatGPT. So I think that was like a very nice touch. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. I really enjoyed the experience, and I'm not sure if anybody else in my team has anything else to say.
Thanks so much, Dane. Thanks for alluding to that. Yeah, this is specifically one of the things you guys really went for it. You also thought about branding. Well, you're doing a challenge for Microsoft, right? So why not do it their style? It really worked well, I think, and also on the content level, deep level of analysis, and very well thought out. Thanks so much for alluding to how you guys did this. Yeah, great job. All right, without further ado, I see no more hands raised from the team, so I expected you covered pretty much whatever the team wants to say. If there's anything, be quick. Otherwise, we go to video 4, or at least the winning video of the fourth challenge by Data Great. They've been a trusted partner for Sanks. Also, previous edition, they were also a challenge partner. They're always very enthusiastic to see what kind of solutions were proposed for their challenges. Justin Westcott also provided a lecture. He was he wasn't only fast with the picking the winner, he also really could motivate it this time. He was eager to see the videos. He was ready for it. When he received them, he was right on the ball in arguing for who should be declared the winner. But he specifically mentioned, I could even show you the email, that it was very difficult to decide who the winner is. So he wanted me to emphasize that everyone indeed did submit very high quality solution videos. But sure, we have to pick one winner, as I said before. So why not have a look at the video that eventually got determined as the winning video. It is team 4B. And let me just put their video up so that we also can look at this one. Team 4B, well done. Let's see what you guys came up with.
In today's digital world, a single weak vendor can expose our entire supply chain to cyber threats. Our comprehensive cybersecurity plan ensures every vendor is assessed, monitored, and ready to respond, keeping our organization secure and resilient. We start by thoroughly assessing vendors. To do this, we evaluate risks based on the data they handle and their security practices, using tools like Shodan and Have I Been Pawned to spot vulnerabilities. We classify critical vendors as those with access to sensitive systems and data. Critical vendors face deeper scrutiny, including committee approval before onboarding. This ensures only trusted partners join our supply chain. Security doesn't stop at assessment. We monitor vendors continuously, with self-audits for lower-risk partners and external audits for critical ones. Real-time threat intelligence and certifications like ISO 27001 or SOC2 are a requirement for critical vendors. We also perform regular vulnerability scans and monitor alerts from CISA for critical vendors, ensuring our supply chain remains secure. Our vendors follow strict security rules, strong passwords with multi-factor authentication, encrypted data, regular patches, and incident reporting within 24 hours. They must comply with SOC2 or ISO 27001 standards and limit data access. These rules are enforced through contracts, holding vendors accountable to protect our systems. If a breach occurs, vendors must notify us immediately, isolate systems, and investigate while collaborating with our team. We work together to contain the issue, fix vulnerabilities, and review lessons learned to strengthen our defenses. This rapid and coordinated response minimizes damage and builds a stronger supply chain. With this plan, we're safeguarding our supply chain against cyber threats. By assessing vendors, enforcing strict rules, monitoring risks, and preparing for breaches, we ensure security and trust across our network. Learn more on www.lockedinsupplychain.
There's a drop top cool, said you wanna drop it down real soon. I just wanna love you like I do, cause I never had someone like you. Ain't nobody got this love, got me covered. Ain't nobody say, all I need is love. I just wanna run away with you.
I was almost gonna skip over the team there. That could not have been acceptable, of course. Great to see some faces to the video as well. That's one of the things that they liked at Data Great. They could actually, well, as with the previous video, right, see the effort that went in by this great team. And yeah, I think also the video, it was just very nicely made, is one of the things that we heard. Like, it looked very professional, very fitting imagery to the text that was being spoken. I mean, this is all important, right? If you make a video, you have to think about every aspect. Very, very well done. And one of the things that were also specifically said about this group submission is that this challenge, it did ask for a bit of a balance in terms of, well, how much are you actually going to put in there in terms of information and technicalities. They named it a bit of a less is more approach that was actually needed to solve this challenge and to fix everything that should be encompassed in there. And Team 4B, they felt, had a very, very good balance between entertainment and information. So whilst it looked very nice and very professional, it was also information dense, but in a way that makes it very easily accessible for someone who's only watching the video for the first time, right? So yeah, well done and great job, guys. I am just trying to have a look if there is someone from the team in here.
We have
Nancy, I see that you have your hands raised. Yes, please go for it.
Hi, everyone. My name is Nancy Mayer. I'd like to thank every one of the facilitators involved in this. I'd also love to express gratitude to fellow learners who set up a good WhatsApp group to help each other. That was very kind of you, the person that set it up. And there was a lot of generosity in terms of helping the learners keep up with the pace. So our approach was really to take it into a project methodology approach. So we had a kickoff meeting, divided the roles and responsibilities in very clear timelines. What we also realized is we didn't want to assign a responsibility and exclude contribution. So although we had a person running the responsibility of a question, the contribution was actually by everyone, so we could get the best work of every question. The third thing is we actually created the lean into the design. So we limited our first draft to 2,000 words, which comes to 1.5 of a video. And instead of going fat and creating lean, we created lean and added definitions here and there. And then the last thing is the presentation was actually part of the design in terms of storytelling approach. Entertainment was incorporated, and you can hear calming piano. Our target was the person with the least attention span, if they could get to the end of the video. And that was the main features of our approach to the work.
Well, I guess you certainly made that happen. And this is one of the things which makes this video so nice to watch, right? So you really thought about that. You thought about your audience. And that's the basis of presentation. So very, very well done. Yeah, we find this just great to see. Also, so nice to have from every team, at least one person say something about how the process went. Great stuff, guys. Great stuff. So I think we are well in time to move on to the next part of the closing ceremony. Maybe the part that you guys have been waiting for, but at least the part where we also don't only show the video of the winning teams, obviously there's also a prize to be won, right? So as we also announced in the email, we have some nice announcements for you guys. So I would suggest that you hold on until the end for just a couple more minutes, because the winning teams, there's 4 of them. That's almost 45 people. They have worked very hard on their challenge, right? And everyone has, but if you're a winner, there's some kind of prize that you can get for them, of course. And let me just walk you through the things that we have set up this year. One of the things that we're going to be giving away is this book. I have it here too. We have 2 copies of these. It's a book by Alexander Klimburg. He is one of the cyber experts at the Hague Center for Strategic Studies. And he has written this book called The Darkening Web, undertitled The War for Cyberspace. And he wrote it because he feels like he's from a generation where the internet, the web, if you will, came up as a very utopian ideal, right? So a place where all kinds of perspectives, people from all over the world could connect, could share information, could learn from each other. And obviously the internet has fulfilled that role. But Alexander Klimburg has also recognized in his work and in his studies that, well, as we all, I think, know after the SANCS, there's different ways in which such an integrated network can also be subversed. So different actors can, well, use it for other means than only the positives. And specifically states sometimes do that too. So this book delves into how states weaponize the internet and its connectivity and all the information sharing that's going on the internet for malicious cause. Very interesting stuff. I think a very nice read after the cyber school, because, well, you have the basic knowledge now to understand what books like these are about. And, well, it's written by one of the HESS experts on the topic, The War for Cyberspace. Again, we have 2 copies to give away. So what we did, if you're a second-time SANCS participant, you've seen this before. We have our infamous Wheel of Fortune, our digital Wheel of Fortune. This wheel includes all the names of the people who were in a winning challenge team. So all the names of the people who were contributing to either one of the 4 videos that we've just watched. I'm going to spin it twice. and well, there's 2 times a winner. And these 2 people will be shipped a book, one copy of this book to their house. So if your name comes up, obviously we'll write it down, but please reach out to us. You know how to reach us, so that we can ship you this book nicely wrapped as a present for your hard work. I can't wait any longer. So if it's all right with all of you guys, I'm just going to spin the wheel for the first time in 3, 2, 1. Marlon de Villiers, congrats. You have won the first copy of this book, The Darkening Web, The War for Cyberspace. Well done. I'm going to remove your name from the wheel because otherwise you win it twice. That wouldn't be totally fair. So let's see who's left, and let's just spin it for the second time and see who else gets the second copy of this book. All right, Efraim Akote Mensah, congratulations. If you guys are in the call, maybe a little cheers or a heart or something. Well done. You have both been granted the book. We're going to ship it to you. So please reach out to us if you are one of these people, and we can send you this book. We have physical copies for you, and then you'll have a nice something to read in the next coming weeks, and hopefully see some stuff come back that you've learned in the cyber school. Next, before I hand over the word back to Stephanie, we have another announcement for everyone, because we feel like, sure, there's the winners of the challenge, but as we said a couple of times now, everyone has put in a lot of effort, right? And everyone has been part of this learning opportunity that is the SANCS, learning community maybe even. And we feel like, and we've heard this from past cohorts, and I think it applies to a lot of people, that once they've started now in the cyberspace, they feel like they want to continue. But how to do that, right? It's always the big question of how can I do more and learn more in an easy, accessible way in cyberspace. So obviously, Noel has already mentioned the Cyber Talent Accelerator track. We're going to get out the call for applications for that very soon. And Stephanie has something else to announce in a second. But first, we would like to present to you one thing that we're going to grant to everyone in combination with an Indian company, Black Pearl. And Black Pearl is also a cyber company. They are very much in cybersecurity, and they provide what they call the Black Pearl Academy. And what they do, it looks very cybery too. They provide an enormous amount of online coursework, different types of gamified course materials, lectures, everything. It's really, really interesting, and it's kind of endless. There's ebooks, there's webinars, as you see. There's so much to find here, which you can access as a SANCS alum for 70% off. So we have a special discount for everyone who is part of SANCS. With your email address that you just used to register with us, we'll be sharing a coupon code very soon, which you can use to purchase either one of these courses for 70% off. We asked them why not for free. Well, they have to keep it running, so there's some cost involved in that. But 70% off is all they could do. Well, I think is very generous. So what we're going to do is we're going to send everyone this coupon code, and that will just grant you access. And this is for a lifetime of learning, by the way. So once you have access, you can just keep coming back to this. It doesn't expire. It allows you to get into more, I think maybe more technical, but also more detailed parts of cybersecurity. That might be a nice lead up to the Cyber Talent Accelerator track if you were to be admitted to that program. And if you're not, then still, this is a very nice way to keep busy after having had the SANCS as a kickstart in cyber. Okay, that's a lot of information. We're going to be sharing all of this with you, of course. 2 books that we're going to ship out, and this coupon code for everyone who was part of SANCS, so everyone can make use of this opportunity. But I'm going to stop sharing my screen because I'm going to hand over the floor to Stephanie, who has a very special announcement. A first timer actually for the SANCS community, I think. That is also very much of interest, I think, for everyone in here. So please, Stephanie, go ahead.
Thanks, Bear, for setting the tone for the announcement that is about to be made. We do have something very exciting indeed to announce to all of you guys, and this is something that came out of the survey from last year that we sent around, that we had been missing a physical element for the SANCS community. And we are very excited to share that as co-organizers of SANCS, HCSS, the Hague Center for Strategic Studies, and Stellenbosch will be hosting a SANCS Career Day in collaboration with Deloitte Africa Talent at their office in Johannesburg. So a real life in-person public event, or public, but it will be open to applications for the Career Day to all of the SANCS 24 alumni and the SANCS 25 alumni who either received a certificate of attendance for the lectures or a certificate of participation for the challenges, or both. If you have both, that's even better. So this is the first time that we're going to be hosting something in person, and this Career Day is taking place on the 12th of May. So it's about a month away, very soon, very exciting. And we will be sending out an application form shortly with lots of additional information, including the program, the logistics of how to get there, etc. There's also, good to know, space for around 250 to 300 of you guys. So quite some spots, quite some chances for you to be one of the people that ends up going to the Deloitte office in Joburg. And we have a very exciting program for you guys prepared. We're still in the process of finalizing things with our colleagues at Deloitte Africa Talent, but it's shaping up to be a very, very exciting day program. This is an incredible opportunity, of course, to meet your fellow SANCS alumni, meet some of the faces of SANCS, the team, the organizations involved, and to gain valuable skills for entering the job market. SANCS is something that we've been trying to create to shorten the bridge between becoming or being a student and becoming work ready. And that's also something that we're trying to do with the Talent Accelerator program. So yeah, on this day, you will get to meet cybersecurity professionals who started exactly where you are now. And of course, get an inside look at what it's like to work at one of the world's leading professional services firms. So please, everyone, keep an eye out on your email for more information to follow. Very, very excited about this. And thank you to Deloitte, our partners, for making this possible, and to, of course, HCSS and Stellenbosch for hosting this SANCS Career Day. That's all for now.
Definitely, definitely. Thanks so much, Stephanie. Yeah, this is, we're very excited, guys. I think it's awesome. Great stuff. Lisa, I think we're going to hand it back to you after all this festivities for closing it up, right?
Yes, that's correct. And I hope you don't mind just me briefly responding to the videos that we've seen, because I'm really impressed, and I know for sure that the majority of my civil servant colleagues would not be able to make these type of videos. And I'm also very familiar with the challenge about communicating on cybersecurity. Obviously, as a government, we also communicate about cybersecurity. It's always considered a very abstract topic. So I think, yeah, the way Berend also put it, like balancing entertainment with information and being able to keep someone's attention on a very technical topic is really a challenge. So I just want to, yeah, reiterate how great it is that you've been working on this. And I also really liked one of the comments that was made, I think, about the second challenge, that you split into groups and you went for like individually thinking of approaches. And when you came back instead of selecting one, you decided to combine ideas, which also really shows how important teamwork is also in the topic of cybersecurity. So it has been a real pleasure to moderate this closing session and to see what you've all achieved. So now we have really come indeed to the end. So I just want to thank everyone again for all their contributions, and most of all, of course, the students to make this the most successful iteration of SANCS thus far. We really hope that you join the alumni community. As Michel mentioned, follow the LinkedIn page and really continue to utilize the network that has been established through this program. I think it's useful to repeat again that you will soon receive more information on eligibility and applications for the Cyber Talent Accelerator track, the Thanks Career Day in Johannesburg, which also sounds really exciting. And I believe Michelle also mentioned the opportunity to become an ambassador. So I hope you take you take these opportunities to continue to learn about cybersecurity, and we look forward to your continuous engagement. Thank you so much, and have a great day, everyone.
Thank you all. Hopefully see
Thank
you
you.
next time.
Thanks so much, everyone.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Thank you for attending, and Lisa, thank you for your time. And goodbye. I hope to see many of you in Joburg. Cheers. Bye.
Thanks, everyone. We've
It
just
was a
sent a
pleasure.
survey in the Q&A, and that will also be sent by email. But we'd really appreciate you filling in the eval survey for SANCS 25, letting us know how we did on all aspects of the program. So that's in the Q&A box, but we will also send an email out about that. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, guys.